Moin moin. Today I will show you how to learn 1000 words in a foreign language in less than 6 months. I will guide you through the entire process, from choosing the right dictionary, through structuring your words list, to creating Anki flashcards. And in the end, I will give you the exact plan how to structure your learning process to keep it efficient and spend less than 1 hour a day on your vocabulary building. Let's go! I'm learning foreign language myself. I'm learning German now, and I felt this situation when you learned some amount of words, like 100, 200 words, and you feel that you know something, but it's still not enough to actually speak and read. So you want to extend your vocabulary, but here is a problem. You don't know where to start, where to get these words from. And finding this source of new words is actually a challenge. Of course, you can always go and Google 500 the most popular or useful words in your target language, but I prefer more reliable sources and more structured approach, so I use dictionaries. There are two types of dictionaries that language learners are usually using. First one is the regular dictionary, where all words are organized in alphabetical order. So whenever you're not sure how to write or spell some word, you go here, you find this word, and you can see some examples, you can see some grammatical information regarding this word. And this dictionary is great, but it's not very useful when it comes to finding a source of new words, because you cannot just go from letter A in your target language and just learn every word in the dictionary. It just doesn't make sense. The dictionary that I actually recommend is Frequency Dictionary. In this book, words are organized not in alphabetical order, but based on frequency, how this word appears in your target language. So the most popular word in your target language will be the number 1 in this dictionary, and then you can go word by word from the most frequently used to less frequently used. And when you learn new language, you actually want to know at least 1,500 or 2,000 most popular words in your language. You don't really want to learn words that no one is using. So this dictionary is the perfect source for extending your vocabulary. There are many frequency dictionaries available for every language, so I strongly recommend you to buy one. And once you have it, it's very easy to understand what words you need to learn. So I just go word by word, find the one that I don't know, and add this word into my study plan. We will use Anki App as the main tool for vocabulary building. If you are not familiar with it, I have a couple videos on my channel where I explain the basics, how to create new cards, how to create decks, how to create custom templates. I already created custom card type that I will use in this video. It contains 4 fields. First one is the word itself. Second one is alternative form of this word. For example, for nouns, I will use plural form, and for verbs, you can use, for example, different conjugations of this word. And we have image and we have meaning. I don't like to go with direct translation to my native language or to English. So I use meaning, some short sentence that actually describe this word. You can do it in your target language, or you can do it in your native language, or you can do it in English. It's up to you. Also, I created already custom template that contains on the one side word and its alternative forms, and on the other side image and description or meaning. And in this card type, I actually have 2 cards, and the second card is actually the reversed version of the first one. So we have image and meaning on the one side, and the actual word and alternative forms on the other. This template will be available with the link in the description, along with the video where I actually explain how to use these custom templates in Anki App. And now I could technically add it word by word, but I want to choose a different approach today. We will prepare the list of all words, then we will import this list to Anki App. To organize my words list, I will use just regular Google Spreadsheet, and the process will look like that. I go to my frequency dictionary. As I already said, I go word by word and I find the word that I don't know. For example, right now I found the word that I don't know. It's the word deboden, which is floor. And then I add this word in the table. And do you remember how we structured our fields in this Anki template. So first one was word and second one was alternative form, and plural form for Boden would be die Böden. And the third field was image. And if you don't want to use images on your Anki flashcards, you can just skip it. But I like to use images because they make words more memorable. And I have a separate video about using AI for generating images for your flashcards. I have some specific rules, especially when it comes to generating images for nouns. And you can use any AI tool for image generation. I will just use the one that I created. It's called EasyFace. I will also leave the link in the description. And here I will just describe the image that I want to have for this flashcard. And in my case, it will be the man laying on the floor. We got our image. Now we just need to right click and save this image somewhere on our computer. I suggest you to use the word itself as the name of the image. It will be easier to find it later. And now I go back to my Google spreadsheet and I need to put my image here. To do it properly, we need to use some format, HTML, to describe this image. And we need to write this image tag, img. Then we write src, means source. And then in double quotes, we write the name of the file that we just saved. It was there. Boden.png, and then don't forget to close this HTML tag. The format will be exactly like that for any of your images. The only thing that will be different is the name of the file. And now I need to add this last property, meaning, and I will write a short sentence that describes the floor. For example, where you sleep when your bed is taken. And once we finish with one word, we go to the next one. So I take my frequency dictionary and look for the second word that I don't know in this frequency list. And once I have enough words in this spreadsheet, I can now export them from Google Spreadsheet and import them into Anki. As the format for this export and importing, we will use CSV. CSV is just a special text format that represents tables. To get this CSV file, we go to File, then Download, and we select this comma separated values or CSV. I recommend you to save this file in the same folder where you have all images, then you will have all your sources in one place. And now we switch back to Anki. We select File, Import, and here we need to choose our CSV file we just exported from Google Spreadsheet. Once we've done it, we will see the list of all words we will import to Anki now. It's very important to have this toggle allow HTML in fields on. Then here we can go and select this node type, means this card type that we just created. In my case, it was called word card. Then we select deck where we want to add this card. And then we have field mapping. It's very important to make sure that we have for word our actual first cell in the row, for alternative forms second one, and so on. Once we are sure that everything is done properly, we can click this import button, and now we see that one new node was imported. So we can just close this now, and we see that in our deck we have two new cards. There are two cards because in my card type I described that I want to have two different templates for the same set of values for my card. And now if we will click on this Study Now button, we will see the first card, and we can press space now. But here we now see that image is broken. So somehow image wasn't imported. And this is a very common problem with Anki. But luckily there is a solution. Unfortunately, it works only on Anki desktop app. So it doesn't work on mobile or in Anki web. So if you don't have desktop app, just install it because it's free. So to fix this problem, we go to this tools section and select this check media. And here we see that we have some missing files. So we need to go to this view files, and we have this folder collection media with all files that I have inside my Anki app. But there is no file that is called Der Boden, so I need to manually add it. I will just drag this image from my folder where I saved it to this collection.media folder. And now I go back to my Anki app. I just close this window and I go to decks. And I select my deck again, Study Now, And now image is there. In general, if you have any problems with media files in your Anki app, for example, you have image not available or sound not available, just go to desktop app and update these media files that you have there. Once you've done it, you can click on this sync button and your desktop app will be synchronized with Anki Web. So these new images and sound files will be available on your mobile app or in web app. So you see that process itself is pretty straightforward. You go through your frequency dictionary word by word, create this spreadsheet in Google, and then export it and import into Anki app. And then you just go through these words. And while it may look simple, you actually need a proper plan and proper schedule how to do it consistently. So how to make this vocabulary building process your routine. And for this, I created something that I called 4-0 system. So first of all, you spend not more than 4 minutes on adding your new word into this Google spreadsheet. For me personally, it was a problem because I was spending too much time trying to generate the perfect image, trying to find as much information about this word as I can. So to avoid it, just set alarm on 4 minutes and spend this time to find only critical parts that you actually want to have on your flashcard. Second rule is 40 words per week. I don't like to set daily goals because sometimes you can just have a bad day and you don't want to do anything, but weekly goals works quite fine. And I would aim to 40 words per week at least. But it's not good to sit, for example, on Sunday and build this 40 new words vocabulary list. So here is the third rule: have your sessions at least 4 times a week. As I already said, you may have a bad day, but to keep this process consistent, you need to do it at least 4 times a week. If you can do more, then it's even better. Rule number 4, 40 minutes per session. Whenever you want to add these new words in your deck, just set alarm to at least 40 minutes, turn off all things that can distract you, lock your door, and just focus on this one thing. Try to not do it in between. Try to not split this session into morning session and evening session. Most likely it will not work. So block in your schedule 40 minutes to work on your vocabulary. And the last rule: 0 sessions without review. After you've added new words to the Anki app, you should just immediately go and review this deck. You will have some words from previous sessions, you will have some new words, but don't go with this approach. I will first add 100 words to my deck and then I will review them all. It will most likely not work. So this is my system, and if you stick to it, you will in less than 6 months add 1,000 new words to your vocabulary. Of course, it's fine to not be perfect. Of course, you can skip 1 week if you go to vacation or something. But in general, try to follow these 5 rules and you will be surprised with results. If you're looking for fun ways how to learn foreign language, check my other videos. For example, I have the one how to learn languages with songs. If this video was helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you later.